Hello, this is Matt on the Moon Lambo channel, and this is a rather interesting story. Here's a headline from crypto media outlet U today. Major XRP custodian officially approved to become digital asset bank. Now, it's of particular interest to me because of the impending litigation of the SEC against Ripple. And by the way, you can just call Ripple the bus driver because they going to take the SEC to school. But nonetheless, I was kind of curious. So, major XRP custodian, impending litigation, what's going to happen there? And I do have a couple of things to share with you on that topic. But before we go any further, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, if you would please ever so delicately tap the like button, I would definitely appreciate the support. And also, if you would please subscribe to the Moon Lambo channel, because if you don't, you are dead to me. All right, into the fun content now. So there's this story from, what was the date? April 2nd, 2020, less than a year ago. And here you go. So this is about Anchorage, all right? Announcing Anchorage supports XRP. So this is the digital bank in question in the article, right? So let me scroll. Yeah, here we go. Anchorage now supports custody of XRP, a digital asset designed to facilitate fast, efficient cross-border transactions at scale. Let me go a little bit lower. They give the rationale. Our support for XRP relied on a range of resources, including ones contributed to and maintained by the team at Spring, Ripple's developer platform. And by the way, at this point, Spring has been renamed RippleX. It's the same thing, though. Just thought I'd mention that. We used the Ripple open source server to node the node implementation that powers the XRP ledger maintained by Spring. We also used xrpl.org extensively for its clear and helpful documentation of the XRP ledger. Anchorage supports custody for XRP today, and we look forward to supporting additional services in the future. Furthermore, the flexibility of the Anchorage platform will allow us to support more advanced XRP functionality like payment channels should customer demand require it. And so right there, very, very happy to onboard XRP onto their platform very clearly. And so let's jump into the piece today. Major U.S. banking regulator, the Office of the Comptroller of the Currency, or OCC for short, or if you want to say it weird like nobody would say it, you could be like, OCC, like that, and there's two C's, so you gotta like carry it like OCC, like just like that a little bit. You can do that if you want, it's cool. But they have granted approval to major XRP custodian South Dakota-based Anchorage Trust Company to become Anchorage Digital Bank. And then they have this little subheading, National Trust Bank Charter granted to XRP custodian. And this is a big deal, though, because this is the first time this has happened on a federal level. Right? So on January 13th, the OCC announced its decision to approve of Anchorage Trust Company converting into Anchorage Digital Bank. It was done after the regulator made a rigid review, you hear that, rigid review of the company itself and its current operations. You know, I'm doing that part of their current operation, custodying XRP. One of the conditions the company had to follow to obtain permission from the OCC was entering into an operating agreement in which capital and liquidity requirements are set forth by the regulator, as well as expectations concerning risk management. The company was created in 2017, the year in which Bitcoin and other cryptocurrencies topped their first major all-time highs. These days, Anchorage manages over $100 billion in annual transactions for institutional investors. In a public statement issued by the company, it says the newly formed Anchorage Digital Bank has become the first federally chartered bank for digital assets in history. And so again, I want to be clear. The reason, well, a couple of reasons. This is a big one, though, that I'm interested in this is because the OCC, which is part of the federal government, was aware of them custodying XRP and like, yeah, that's cool. You're a federally chartered bank now, bro. And mind you, like, are they oblivious to the fact that the SEC is litigating with Ripple? What the hell is that all about? That's kind of fascinating. But it might be taking a negative turn, so check this out. Anchorage supporting XRP, at least for now. The company announced adding XRP to the list of supported assets in April 2020 and has since been holding the coin for financial institutions. In the statement issued on April 2nd, the company wrote that in the future it planned to introduce support for more XRP services, which I already pretty well covered there, right? And so here you have Brad Garlinghouse, Ripple CEO, the other day tweeting out the news here. Wrote, "If you ever had doubts that crypto was going to play an integral role in the future of our global financial systems, well, hope this clears some things up. Congrats, Anchorage." And it linked to this. This is the actual announcement here, January 13th. Introducing Anchorage Digital Bank, the first federally chartered digital asset bank. And just starts out by saying, I'm not going to go through this thing really, but Anchorage is pleased to announce that the Office of the Comptroller of the Currency, has provided conditional approval to our application for a national trust charter, which makes Anchorage Digital Bank National Association the first federally chartered digital asset bank in history. Well, how about that? It is a cool milestone. But in going through the thread here, one of the things that popped up here was a tweet from Michael Nardolillo, who wrote in response to Brad Garlinghouse's tweet there, "As fast as you tweeted this, Anchorage removed XRP from their page." So I was like, So I went on a searching on their website, and I do know how to use the internet. I promise I know how to use the internet. I've been using it for a hot minute. And I, for the life of me, could not find the damn page where they have the cryptocurrency they support listed. So I couldn't find. Now I understand you'd be like, well, he said they took it off the website. Yeah, but there'd be other cryptocurrencies still listed. So I believe they're on the website. I don't know. Maybe I should have like tried harder, given it like the old college try, like ×2 or something like that. I don't know, but I couldn't find the damn thing. But in scrolling through the Twitter thread here, Bank XRP actually had a screen grab showing that XRP, when the news broke, was listed. So I did find that at least. I just couldn't find it on their website myself. And so if it's been removed, that would be interesting. I'd still want to know if they're going to stop support for XRP, how the hell did they get approved, knowing that they were, because look, the OCC had to know that the charges, so they're alleged to be holding then and custodying an unregistered security. Like, what about the legal implications? And so they still get to be federally chartered, right? Okay, that sounds rather peculiar. It may end up just being the case that they are going to stop support of XRP. And look, as much as none of us want that to happen because we're XRP holders, it's my stance that it doesn't make sense to begrudge companies like this for protecting themselves, because it's not that they want to do this. You could see in that initial statement less than a year ago, they were excited to begin support for XRP and growing out an ecosystem where they're supporting it further. That was very clear, but they were forced into a position where to protect their company, their livelihood, they must take actions. Think cryptocurrency exchanges, halting trading of XRP. Institutional money, like for instance, Grayscale's XRP trust, it's been dissolved now, and XRP has been liquidated on their platform. They didn't want to do that. They were boxed in. It's not their fault. So I just don't think it makes sense to be upset with entities that are protecting themselves and their livelihoods and their staff. It's the SEC that's at fault. And so once this is all cleared up, these entities, one would think, would come back. Now, if they don't come back, I'd be like, okay, what the hell's going on now? But I don't suspect that will be the case. Assuming there will be some sort of settlement between Ripple and the SEC, one could only imagine ultimately that things are going to turn out A-okay in the end here. But it really does make me wonder what the hell is going on with this. So if they really did remove it from their website, I don't even know where the hell the damn page is again. But that would kind of suck. I don't know. But what the hell is the thinking if they approve them with all of this uncertainty out there in the wild? I'm not so sure, my friends. And then there's this piece from Decrypt. Anchorage's charter won't change Wyoming plans for Kraken Avanti. And so here you go. Yesterday, the Office of the Comptroller of the Currency, a U.S. Treasury office charged with regulating national financial institutions, granted crypto custody firm Anchorage conditional approval to become Anchorage Digital Bank. As a result, Anchorage will become the first national crypto bank. Since a national charter sounds superior to a state charter, are Kraken Bank and Avanti Bank and a trust rethinking their strategies to pursue banking charters in Wyoming? Not at all. And here's a quote. "We're delighted to see other mission-driven crypto projects carve new paths to compliance," Kraken Chief Legal Officer Marco Santori told Decrypt. "The Wyoming approach remains a terrific fit for Kraken, and we look forward to sharing our next steps soon." So what exactly is the Wyoming approach, and is it better? Avanti founder and CEO Caitlin Long said that Wyoming's special purpose depository institutions rank above trust charter companies in the U.S. banking pecking order because OCC, see, I said it right this time, trust companies can't take customer deposits. Special purpose depository institutions can, and it's in the name. So why did Anchorage go to all the trouble if it can't accept deposits? Long told Decrypt the term bank is actually a misnomer when applied to trust charters. Look, I'm mixing it up now. I'm saying it all silly style again. You never know what's coming with Moon Lambo. That Moon Lambo, what a silly little bitch. Anyway, by getting such a charter, Anchorage is trying to solve for a different set of problems than Avanti or Kraken. State-chartered trust companies end up with multiple regulators, she said, many with conflicting regulations as they must pursue money transmitter licenses in multiple states. Anchorage now has just one regulator. And here's a quote. In some states, money transmitters are required to act as fiduciaries, but trust companies often do not act as fiduciaries as expressly disclaim any fiduciary responsibility, she told Decrypt. So we saw the very same company claim they're not a fiduciary in one state, but agree that they are in another state. And so the trust charter removes compliance and legal issues related to this. Moreover, whereas state-chartered trust companies may or may not count as qualified custodians in the SEC's eyes, OCC trust banks do meet the requirements. It's a solid strategy for Anchorage, and Anchorage did not respond to Decrypt for this story here. So, and I was kind of curious about that too, because when I first saw this, I was like, okay, so it's another bank, and then at first glance, I didn't recognize that it was recognized on a federal level, but then after getting into, the first few sentences of the first article I came across, I was like, oh, well, that's rather fascinating. So they're taking a different approach, and I was curious as to why, and there we go. And now you know. Even though Anchorage didn't articulate it, at least we have some insight from a couple others there who are in the know. So interesting stuff regardless. I'm just saying, so look, just to wrap up the video here, look, if ultimately Anchorage has or is going to no longer support XRP, look, maybe it'll happen. To me, it's not going to be super scary or surprising news. I just think that all sorts of businesses are just forced to take this type of action, and it's disgusting, and I'm repulsed by the SEC. They smell like Bitcoin maxi trolls to me now. It's like, oh, SEC, it smells like sadness and room temperature cottage cheese. Well, I don't like that one bit, but this is the world that we're living in. I still think it'll ultimately all get cleared up, but we'll have to sit tight in the meantime. That's it for this video. I am not a financial advisor. Do not buy or sell anything because of anything that I say or write. That would be a very, very, very bad idea. Until next time, to the moon, Lambo.